Hi, it's Kevin Lebates here, and today I'm making a video for Effie Pailarinu to explain seed phrases and what are known as hierarchical deterministic wallets. So let's start with seed phrases to begin with. A seed phrase is a collection of words, usually there's 12 or so, but different systems may use different numbers of words, and it's a way of encoding a private key into a collection of supposedly more memorable words. But of course, most people can't memorize a list of 12 words off the top of their heads, and most people don't bother memorizing their seed phrase. They write it down somewhere, or they store it in a secure vault on a computer, encrypted or something like that. But anyway, that's what a seed phrase does. Those 12 words represent a 256-bit number that is a private key. And the interesting thing is that that private key is then used as a master password to your digital wallet in order to derive lots and lots of future addresses. So when you have such a seed phrase, your digital wallet, such as MetaMask, will convert that phrase into a 256-bit number, and then it uses something called hierarchical deterministic algorithms in order to derive future private keys for addresses for your wallet. And the interesting upshot of that is, because the community has, generally speaking, settled on a standard for this seed phrase conversion to private key or private master key, and then deriving lots of future private keys from it, if you have the seed phrase, you can close down and delete your wallet completely, and then at a later date you can install the wallet again on some other machine and put in the seed phrase, and that software will then derive exactly the same private keys, and that means you'll have access to all the digital assets that are stored in the ledger against the addresses that are derived again from the private keys that have been derived from the master key. Now, maybe that sounds a bit convoluted, but what it boils down to is that your seed phrase is like the password that lets you get into your password manager to access all the other passwords that your password manager is handling for you. The one difference between this hierarchical deterministic system and conventional password managers is that conventional password managers will create random passwords for you as and when you request them, whenever you sign up to a new website or something like that. In the case of this system for digital wallets in the blockchain and crypto space, the passwords are not randomly generated. They are computed from your master key. And so in a sense, your master key contains all the information, or the ability to obtain all the information about all your other different addresses. And that's good in one sense, because it means that your custodial wallet is effectively stored in that seed phrase. On the flip side, the downside is that if somebody else gets hold of your seed phrase, i.e. your master key or master password to your entire constellation of addresses and wallets, then of course they now have complete control over all the digital assets stored against your addresses. So you do need to guard that seed phrase very, very carefully. Firstly, to ensure that nobody else gets their hand on it, and secondly, so you don't lose it, because losing that one phrase will mean that you've lost all your assets. Anyway, that's seed phrases and hierarchical deterministic wallets explained. Hope you found it interesting, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Bye for now.